Get ready to elevate every Toyota Tacoma adventure with MB Quart tuned audio that is unmatched in playback quality and performance with Toyota Tacoma 3rd generation tuned audio packages. This video will give a breakdown of the installation process of the audio kits specifically designed for Tacomas from 2016 through 2023. Here's a list of tools you'll need for this installation. Let's dive into it. Remove the front door top trim by carefully prying with a panel tool. Carefully push in the center of the push pin to release the clip and remove. Remove the fabric panel in the hand pull pocket. Remove the Phillips screw at the bottom of the pocket. Using a panel tool, remove the cover behind the door latch. Remove the Phillips screw at the back of the door latch. Using a panel tool, remove the door switches. Then, unclip wiring from the switch assembly. Starting at the bottom of the door using a panel tool, carefully unclip the inner door panel. Disconnect the lock and door latch cables from the back of the door panel. Set the door panel aside in a safe location. Start by disconnecting the speaker wire connector by depressing the pressure tab to release the locking clip. Then, slide the connector out from the speaker basket. With the speaker wires removed, you can now remove the 4 10mm bolts attaching your speakers to the door. Then, remove the speaker from the door. To install your speaker, place the speaker into the OEM speaker cutout and secure it with the previously removed 10mm bolts. Reconnect the OEM speaker wire connector into the correct receptacle on the speaker's basket. Now, your new speaker is installed, and you can reinstall your door panel in the reverse order. Once the door panel is reinstalled, be sure to test all your window, locks, and door handle functionality. Then, repeat on the opposite door. Using a panel tool, pry out the SRS airbag cover to expose a 10mm bolt to remove. Pull out on the top of the A-pillar and then pull back toward the rear of the vehicle to remove the panel. Remove the top dash speaker cover. Remove the two 10mm bolts securing the speaker into the top of the dash. Disconnect the speaker wire connector from the speaker by depressing the pressure tab, releasing the connector locking clip, and slide the connector off the speaker. On the tweeter plate, you will notice a J and T. You will need to remove the J sections. With your speaker plate modified to your application, it is time to install the tweeter into the plate. Line up the locking tabs on the tweeter with the cutouts on the inner tweeter hole of the plate and firmly press it into the plate with the palm of your hand. Connect the tweeter wires to the crossover. Complete the wiring portion by matching up your OEM speaker wire with the correct connector of the 3 provided on the supplied crossover pigtail. Lastly, place all the wires into the speaker cavity and place the tweeter and mounting brackets onto the dash. Line up the 2 mounting holes and secure the new speaker with the OEM 10mm bolt. Your new dash speakers are now installed. And you can reassemble your dash in reverse order of how it was taken apart. Remove the rear door window trim by carefully prying with a panel tool. Carefully push in the center of the push pin to release the clip and remove. Using a panel tool, remove the cover behind the door latch. Remove the Phillips screw at the back of the door latch. Remove the fabric panel in the hand pull pocket. Remove the Phillips screw at the bottom of the pocket. Using a panel tool, remove the door switches. Then unclip wiring from the switch assembly. Starting at the bottom of the door, using a panel tool, carefully unclip the inner door panel. Disconnect the lock and door latch cables from the back of the door panel. Set the door panel aside in a safe location. Start by disconnecting the speaker wire connector. You can now remove the three 10mm bolts attaching your speakers to the door. Then remove the speaker from the door. Some vehicles may require the supplied connector gender adapter harness. To install your speaker, place the speaker into the OEM speaker cutout and secure it with the previously removed 10mm bolts. Next, reconnect the OEM speaker wire connector into the correct receptacle on the speaker's basket. Now your new speaker is officially installed, and you can reinstall your door panel. Once the door panel is reinstalled, be sure to test all your window, locks, and door handle functionality. Remove the radio trim by carefully prying with a panel tool. Then remove from the vehicle. Remove four 10mm bolts holding the radio to the dash. Gently lift up the front driver's side door sill. Then remove from vehicle. Remove plastic nut from driver kick panel. Then gently unclip the driver kick panel and remove from vehicle. Gently lift up the rear driver's side door sill. Then remove from vehicle. Unclip the sides of the driver's seat belt cover. Then remove the one 14mm bolt. Repeat the last 4 steps on the passenger side of the vehicle. Flip rear seat bottom up. Remove 3 headrests from rear seat. Flip seat backs down. Using a panel tool, remove the 2 covers on the driver's side rear seat back. Using a 14mm ratchet, remove 2 bolts from the driver's side rear seat back. Then, remove from vehicle. On passenger side rear seat, remove 1 bolt from the middle seat belt with a 14mm ratchet. Using a panel tool, remove the 2 covers on the passenger side rear seat. Then remove 2 bolts using a 14mm ratchet. Carefully remove seat back from vehicle. Remove 2 bolts on driver's side rear panel using a 10mm ratchet. Then remove from vehicle. Remove 2 or 3 bolts on passenger side rear panel using a 10mm ratchet depending on vehicle trim. Then remove from vehicle. Under the hood on the driver's side behind the brake reservoir, remove the grommet from the firewall. On the inside driver's side firewall near the brake pedal support, cut the matting where marked by the black line using a utility knife. Remove the 70 amp maxi fuse from the fuse holder on the power wire. Slide the grommet down the power wire, as this will help installing into the firewall. Pass the power wire through the firewall and install the grommet. Then, slowly feed the wire till the grommet is back onto the sleeve. Route the power wire through the battery terminal cover. Attach to the positive terminal using a 12mm ratchet. Route the power wire down the driver's side wire channel along the OEM harnessing. Route the power wire under the B pillar, moving toward the driver's side rear sill area. Route the power wire down the driver's side rear wire channel along the OEM harnessing toward the rear cabin wall. Remove the head unit from the dash. For vehicles 2017 to 2019 with no factory amplifier, you will be using this harness behind the radio. If you have the OEM radio, then connect the LOC module to the harness. If you have an aftermarket head unit, you will not use the LOC. For vehicles 2020 to 2023 with no factory amplifier like the one in this installation video, you will be using this harness behind the radio. Also, for vehicles 2020 to 2023 with no factory amplifier, you will be using this harness in line with the LOC. If you have an aftermarket head unit, you will not use the LOC or this harness. If you have the OEM head unit and is factory amplified, you will install the correct pack audio interface behind the radio. 2017 to 2019 uses AP4TY12, and 2020 to 2023 uses AP4TY13. Connect the RCAs to the LOC PAC module or aftermarket head unit, then pass them from the radio area to the passenger floor area. If you are using the LOC, then you will only connect front and rear RCAs to the module and one of the sub-RCA to the T-harness before the LOC. Connect the blue remote wire to the T-harness PAC module or aftermarket head unit. Then pass from the radio area to the passenger floor area. On 2020 to 2023 model years, you will not connect the REM wire. If you are using the LOC or have an aftermarket head unit, connect the speaker extension harness to the T-harness and then pass from the radio area to passenger floor area. Route harnesses down the passenger front door sill along the OEM wiring. Then continue routing underneath the B-pillar toward the passenger rear door sill. Route the harnesses down the passenger rear door sill along the OEM harnessing and continuing toward the vehicle's rear wall. Route harnesses on the passenger side along the rear wall toward the driver's side if you do not have the factory amplifier. If you have the factory amplifier, please skip this step. Connect the short pigtail harness to the speaker extension harness and continue routing to the driver's side. Then, reinstall the passenger side rear panel into the vehicle. If your vehicle is equipped with the factory amplifier and subwoofer, you will need to complete further steps. Since this vehicle does not have an OEM amplifier, we'll skip those steps and proceed with the install. Please consult the provided installation manual for those steps. Now, let's move on to the amplifier. On the middle seat bracket, remove the back driver's side bolt using a 12mm ratchet. Then insert the ground wire ring terminal on the power harness and reinstall the bolt with the 12mm ratchet. Unclip the locking retainer on the power connector by carefully lifting the release tabs on both sides of the connector. Slide the power wire into the open cavity till it is fully seated. Then insert the locking retainer back on the connector. Connect blue remote wire from the front of the vehicle to the power harness at the bullet connectors. Drill a 1.5-inch hole in the bottom inner corner of the driver's side rear panel. Pass RCAs power harness and speaker harness through the hole in the pocket. Reinstall the driver's side rear panel back into place. Do not install the 2 OEM bolts. Align the amplifier plate to the OEM factory holes. Using the new hardware provided 2 M6 by 45mm hex bolts and 2 M6 flat washers secure the amplifier plate to the vehicle. Connect the power harness and speaker harness to the amplifier. Slide the bottom amplifier feet into the groove on the amplifier plate. Then, secure the amplifier on the top with 2 M4 by 10mm Phillips screws and 2 M4 flat washers. Connect the RCAs to the amplifier in the order listed out in the provided instruction manual, and then fish excess wiring back into the hole in the bottom of the pocket. Then install the supplied TechFlex wire covering over the wires in the bottom of the pocket. Then, install the 70 amp maxi fuse into the fuse holder under the hood. Remove the 4 screws on the amplifier controls cover using a M4 Allen wrench. For specific tuning recommendations, please consult the provided manual. Finally, reinstall the vehicle panels in the reverse order that it was disassembled. And with that, the installation is complete. To find this or any other product for your 3rd generation Toyota Tacoma, visit our website at mbquart.com.